Lewis Hamilton's debut with Ferrari promised to be one of the most eagerly awaited moments of the 2025 Formula One season. The expectation among fans was enormous, and many envisioned a glorious start to the heptachampion's journey on the iconic Italian team. However, the reality of the GP of Australia showed a very different scenario: difficulties of adaptation, communication problems, and a result less than expected. More than the 10th place, what drew attention were the radio exchanges between Hamilton and his new race engineer Riccardo Adami, which evidenced a turbulent beginning of this partnership. During the race, Hamilton faced a car he still did not fully understand, especially in wet track conditions. The Briton even briefly led the race, but Ferrari's decision to keep him on slick tyres during the sudden rain proved to be a strategic mistake that compromised his position. At each turn, the driver's discomfort with the behaviour of the SF25 was evident, as well as a visible frustration with the instructions coming from the radio. And it was precisely in the communications with Adami that the tension became most evident. The radio dialogue showed an impatient Hamilton trying to keep control of the situation while getting angry at the frequency of messages. "Leave me, please," shot on lap 14 when your engineer suggested the use of overtaking mode. At another time, when instructed on the DRS strategy, Hamilton replied, "I'm learning how to use the car, let me do it." The interactions remained tense until lap 49, when, frustrated with the loss of positions after the late stop for intermediate tyres, he vented with a bad word to know that he had fallen to 9th. After the race, Hamilton admitted that the debut was harder than he thought. In an interview with Sky Sports, he confessed that he felt at the bottom of the pit during the GP, citing adaptation to the new car, new steering wheel functions, and communication with the team as great challenges. "Everything is new to me. The first time I drove this car in the rain, it behaved very differently from what I experienced before," he explained. In addition, he highlighted that the lack of clear information about the weather forecast was one of the factors that affected his strategy in the race. Despite the initial difficulties, Hamilton made a point of praising Riccardo Adami, recognizing that the Italian engineer did his best under the circumstances. He pointed out that the relationship between the two is still under construction and that both will need to adjust over the next few races. "I don't like a lot of information during the race unless I ask for it, but he did his best today and we'll move on," the Brit said, showing optimism for future challenges with Ferrari. The underperformance in Hamilton's Scuderia debut was certainly not what the fans had dreamed of. However, it is only the beginning of a new journey, and adjustments will be needed for the heptachampion to get the most out of the car and team. What did you think of Hamilton's performance and this initial relationship with your new engineer? Will he be able to adapt fast enough to fight for victories this season? Leave your comment and subscribe to the channel for more updates about Formula One.